it's AT time. My name is Ron Friedman, and today we're going to be discussing the 11th principle in our 12 animation principles series, which is the principle of solid drawing. And to make sure you don't miss any of the other videos that we post here on Animation Trainers, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and switch the notification bell to all. And check out the links in the description below to our website and to our Patreon page, where you can learn animation online for 2 hours a week for only $1 an hour. This principle of the 12 is the one that elicits the most questions, especially since digital technology came to the forefront of the animation industry. What this principle originally referred to was the need for a traditional 2D artist to think about the solidity and dimensionality of a character, and to ensure that they were communicating that in their drawings so that the character didn't feel flat. Comment quiz! If you look at a drawing of a character, can you imagine in your mind what that character would look like from a different angle? I'd love to know in the comments below. Remember, every comment gets a cookie. So what is the modern equivalent of solid drawing? Well, I like to refer to it as solid posing. And by that I mean, even if your character will only ever be seen from a particular angle, because it's a scene in a movie or because that character is only seen one way in a game, it's still important to make sure that the character is posed correctly in world space on all points of articulation. So that way when the computer is doing the interpolation between keys, it's more likely to do so in a way that is physiologically accurate. In 2003, I was working for a studio called Fantagram Entertainment on this cinematic, which was created to promote an upcoming title at the time called Kingdom Under Fire: The Crusaders. We divided the short into 4 sections, and the section you're watching now is the one that I animated. Everything you're seeing move right now was animated by me. By the way, if you're curious to see the whole thing in its entirety, there's a link to it in the description below, and thank you very much to the person who posted it. Our animation supervisor at Fantagram Entertainment was a gentleman by the name of Owen Klatte. Owen actually came from a stop-motion background, having worked for many years at Skellington Studios on such feature films as The Nightmare Before Christmas, James and the Giant Peach, and Monkey Bone, as well as Disney feature animation on the film Dinosaur, and DreamWorks animation on the film Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. Owen has more recently been teaching animation at the Peck School of the Arts at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and recently directed a stop-motion short film called Of Wood, in which he carves an entire animated story working his way from the outer surface to the core of a single piece of a tree trunk. It is breathtaking. The link to it is in the description below. Because of his background in stop-motion animation, Owen would stress to us the importance of not using IK solvers on something like the spine, because it would not solve in a physiologically accurate way. Whereas applying the correct amount of rotation on an FK spine along the entire spine will actually help ensure that when the computer does the automatic interpolation, it will do so correctly, because it's solving in the same way that our spine does in the real world. When I was the lead animator on Star Wars Rivals, which was a game in development at Disney Interactive about 8 to 10 years ago, it was important that all the animations work from every angle, because we would apply those animations to multiple characters, and you never knew exactly which angle they might be seen from. And so that is what I feel is the modern equivalent of solid drawing. Solid posing will help ensure that the character will move in a natural and organic way, and also help ensure that you don't have the character interpolate in a way that actually hurts or worse, even breaks your rig. Because let's be honest, seeing a 3D character with their mesh torn isn't very appealing. And speaking of appeal, that is the 12th principle in our 12 Principles of Animation series, and will be the next video in this series that we discuss. So to make sure you don't miss that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and switch that bell. Or better still, want to start becoming an animator right now for $1 an hour? Come join us for our weekly 1-hour live over-the-shoulder ASMR animation fishbowl sessions on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific, and our weekly 1-hour live fishbowl feedback sessions on Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific, where you can submit your art and receive feedback from me on how to improve your skills as an artist. You too can join our students, our trainees, and our beloved patrons, who have my eternal thanks for their continued support of this channel. They get all the cookies. Or would you prefer to have a private session with me, where we can discuss how to improve your animation skills working with me directly, one-on-one? Then please visit our website at animationtrainers.com and schedule a session with me. My name is Ron Friedman, and I hope that we will see you for our next video here at Animation Trainers. In the meantime, keep it moving.